Hey, welcome to Opinionated Voice, the ultimate Philadelphia 76ers podcast where we break down the latest news, dissect the plays, and provide the fan insight you crave. Join me, EPZ, as we bleed blue and red, cheering our team to victory. With every episode, let's talk basketball and drive in blah. Three, two, one. Welcome to Opinionated Voice, the ultimate Philadelphia 76ers podcast where we break down the latest news, dissect the plays, and provide the fan insight you crave. Join me, EPZ, as we bleed blue and red, cheering our team to victory with every episode. Let's talk basketball and dive into the heart of the game. Not just for the Philadelphia 76ers, but for the entire NBA. So, grab your jersey and let's explore the world of basketball together. So, there's been a lot of things going on today. A lot of chatter, a lot of chit-chat about up and coming off season. More importantly, there's a lot of talk about your boy, Anthony I'm a dog Edwards. This guy, if you have not been watching the Timberwolves play, they are out there, they hungry, and they don't care who they got to go after. They don't care who they're up against. They don't care about none of that. And I'm here for it. They are chewing up the Denver Nuggets like old biscuits. Just spitting them out. Blow! Just no regard for their fan base, nothing. They went into their home city, on their court, and they destroyed them. They're up 2-0 going home for the next two games. Now, do you think they're going to get swept? I don't know. But that's what the T-Wolves are doing this offseason. They are sweeping people. Not with those, plastic Walmart, Dollar General, brooms. They got the wood piece out. The grandma sweeping broom, the ones where you could take a piece of the straw and clean your teeth with, put it through an earring hole to keep that mug from closing. They using that broom. Now don't nothing escape that broom. You swipe one time, you better get away because it's all kinds of stuff gonna come out that carpet and that floor and just tag you. They are not playing, and it's a very, 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 very good playoff this season. I know you're probably thinking like, man, what's going on with Philadelphia 76ers? Well, we're going to get into that. We will get into that in a minute. Let me just talk about this playoff situation with what's going on right now. We got the Boston Celtics, I think, playing the Indiana, no, not the Indiana Pacers, the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight for the first time. That's going to be a game to watch for sure. That's going to be a game to watch. The Celtics think they're going to just breeze through. And as you heard Jimmy Butler say, none of these teams should be getting it this easy. If he was on the court, it'd be a different situation. Now, you could think of that situation he's saying about is because, he was injured and they took out his team and this and the other. He even mentioned New York. And they weren't nowhere near New York to play New York. So I'm thinking he's thinking, if I was on the Sixers team, it wouldn't have been down like that. And you know what, Philly? We need to be tougher. They manhandled us the whole series. We came back and we fought back 2 games. We did fight every single game, but after a while we got defeated. In the fourth quarter, we got defeated. In all those 4 losses, we were getting roughed up. The refs were calling the stupidest, most tic-tac marginal calls. Maxey wasn't getting any calls. So that's probably what he's thinking. Like, if I was on that court, I would have gave them back what they gave. And that's what the playoffs is about. They're not supposed to blow the whistle the way they blow the whistle. They're supposed to let them play. So let's see if they do that in the second round. So the Timberwolves and the Nuggets are battling. They don't play again until Friday, so they got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. Friday all the way till 9:30 they don't play, so they got a good rest off, and that's gonna give the Nuggets some time to reevaluate life and say, man, are we not good no more? Like what the way that Alexander Walker guarded Jamal Murray, I was cringing. Jamal couldn't get nowhere. And you know what Alexander Walker was doing? Smiling the whole time, like, I'm locking you down, bro. You not scoring 10 points, let alone 40. That's not gonna happen. Like, it was a joy to watch that game last night and the previous game. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. And their coach is injured with a knee injury. But he out there though. He said, I'm not gonna miss this. Give me a couple chairs. Give me a long chair. Prop my stuff on the ottoman. I'm finna be out there. And y'all gonna hear me. I may not be able to pace back and forth, but y'all gonna hear me. And I'm not finna just miss this. And he not at all. He calling plays from the ottoman, the lazy boy. He calling the bad calls to the ref. He cussing him out in his little seat. Like he there, he present. He is present. And they see him. And they feel him. And they playing harder than a mug. I love basketball. And I love watching defense ran so beautifully. Teams looking forward. This Timberwolves team is what defense looks like. You haven't seen defense like this since the Detroit Pistons. And what? And what year was that they won that? 2010 maybe? I don't know. But oh my gosh. These mugs, the Pistons back then was holding people under 80. The Timberwolves is just holding them. They just, what was the score last night? Hold up. What was that score? Because that score was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was 106-80. At one point in time, they were up like 35, 32, something like that. Oh my goodness, it was a beauty thing. Beauty, 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 beauty. Mwah! I wanted to kiss the TV. It was so pretty. Like, oh my goodness. The way you know what, Jokic is real good at putting his body on people. Carl Anthony Towns, because you know they had Rudy Gobert last night. Congratulations on the birth of his first child. That's why he was out. I don't know if the baby was a boy or girl, but congratulations on his first child. Somebody finally let him drop his seed. Anyway, man, 80 points. They let them score 80 points. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Carl Anthony Towns, I just kept thinking, don't foul out, bro. Because you know he good for smacking down, putting his hands out there. But you know why he didn't foul out? Because they were group defending people. You got that ball and you anywhere in my vicinity, I'm snatching up on you. It was 2-3 people up on Jamal Murray. It was 2-3 people up on Jokic. The one player that they didn't really guard too heavily, he's the main guy in this series that needs to be hot and be hot real good. And that's Micheal Porter Jr. This is your series, Micheal Porter Jr. This is your series to lose. This is your series to win. If you don't show up, they had your boy come out there, the guy they got from Orlando, the slam dunk champion. Why I can't think of his name right now? It is beside me. He was hot early. I thought, oh, okay, that's nice. You know, he getting his buckets in. Okay, Aaron Gordon. I thought, oh, okay, he's not doing too bad. He's doing all right. But Micheal Porter Jr. is the guy that they need to score. They need him to score. Bump Aaron Gordon. If he gets some points in, he got 20 points last night. Good. He gets points in, great. Good job. They held Jokic to 16. 16. I mean, 16. That's beautiful basketball. Caldwell Pope, he couldn't do nothing. He probably had like 4 or 5 points. Yep, 4 points. Couldn't do nothing. Guess how many points Jamal Murray had? 8. 8. He shot, he attempted 18 shots, only made 3. None from the 3 point line. None. Zero, zip, nada, none. None. In the late game, Justin Holiday had some good moments, but they all were negative. Every last player that got on that court was negative, except let's see. Oh, stop playing with me. Christian Ball. Christian Bar. Okay, yeah, Christian. He had a 2. That don't count. Every single player that got on that court last night was in the negative. Jamal Murray was negative 16. Negative 16. Aaron Gordon was negative 33, and he had the most points out of everybody. They broke them off something proper like. That's just basketball. Michael Porter Jr. I'm telling you, they don't really have somebody that's your height that they are gonna put on you, that they're gonna guard you, they're gonna team guard you, or they're gonna chase you off wherever spot you own and make you pass that ball. You've got to just chunk them up there, or you got to pump fake and drive to the hoop. You are going to be the difference maker. You were negative 21. Bounce back and do something different. You attempted 12 shots, only made 4. You made 1 3-pointer and you hoisted it up there. You got to do that more often, like for real. If your team is going to have any chance of success in this series, to at least win a couple of games, you have to come out and show up, show out. For real. I mean, who do they have to guard you? Jaden Williams is switching off with Jamal Murray. Kyle Anderson is switching off between Gordon and Jokic. Carl Anthony Towns, same thing. Anthony Edwards, he guarding whoever got that ball. Most likely, it's either going to be Jamal or it's going to be Caldwell Pope. Mike Conley, same thing. He's floating around there, just guarding with whoever has the ball in the outside. Nas Reed, he's switching off with the big man. Okay. Um, Alexander Walker. I can't say enough good things about this guy. I mean, but do you expect anything else from this player? I mean, this is Shea Gilchrist Alexander's cousin, and you see how he played. I just didn't know his defensive prowess was this shining star in the NBA. Like I knew he could play ball. I knew he could shoot the ball. This defense is giving me like life for real. They have put together a really good team in Minnesota, and every player on the court was a positive except for Monte Morris. Um, but he only played 7 minutes 32 seconds. So the bulk of the game went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. But they got everybody out there because it was trash ball after what 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. So everybody got a little bit except for JT. I mean TJ Warren. My bad, TJ. Not sure why you not injured, and you a heck of a shooter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But my goodness, my goodness. So, with that being said, Michael Porter Jr., who they gonna put on you? If they switch off with Jaden McDaniels, you could probably still drive on him a little bit, but you will be able to spot up and shoot. You're a great spot up and shooter. Do your thing, Michael Porter Jr. I'm telling you, do your thing. Let it fly. Let it fly. Don't be Buddy Hield and wait until the last game to shine. Do it now. Do it now. Get in that gym and work it out for sure. Boy, the Timberwolves has made me just, just made me want to just, just scream because boy, that game was so beautiful. It just, oh, it was so nice. It was so nice. It reminded me also of a 2001 Sixers. When Allen Iverson was locking up everybody, he had his hands in everybody's pocket, snatching the ball, deflecting the ball like he was doing it. The whole team was crowding in with him, and it was game one taken by Philadelphia in the finals. Ooh, let's go to the Timberwolves and the Magic. They play tonight. First game. What you think gonna happen, E Peasy? Well, I think that the Thunder, they're a young team and people underestimate them. I think they're going to show the Magic or the Mavericks that they mean business and they're gonna punch them right in the mouth. I say around in the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, they're gonna punch them right in the mouth and push that lead to a blowout. I mean, look at the matchups. Just look at the matchups. Who's gonna get Chet? Who's gonna guard Chet? And if you can't guard Chet, who gonna guard Shea? Tyree? Kyrie? Come on, Luca? No. They're going Dallas in order for them to win. They're gonna have to put an X factor out there. They're gonna have to put somebody out there that they didn't had in their pocket, and they ain't told too many people about him. Put him out in this game and see what he could do against Shea. Because they're not gonna tie up Williams. He's too strong of a player. He'll go to the rim on you with a quickness because he know that Chet is out there. If he misses a shot, Chet got that mug going in. So this series is going to be pretty good. I do believe that Oklahoma City will punch the Mavericks in the mouth and take game one. The Celtics and the Cavaliers. Um, honestly, I had the Cavaliers and the Magic going only 6 games. I figured the Cavaliers would take them in 6, but the Magic showed me some things, and their heart, their grit, um, showed up for 3 games. So it is what it is. I think the Cavaliers are they're gonna be gassed out. They might win 1 game. If they win 2 games, ah, somebody got in foul trouble or whatever. These good teams. The only way you really gonna be able to beat them is to get their players in foul trouble. If you get their players in foul trouble, like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown and Derek White, he doesn't even foul that much, but you get those players in foul trouble to where they got to bring in, their second string, which their second string ain't nothing to shake your finger about. They nice too, and they got the defensive X factor start over there in Springer. So Cavaliers, my advice to you is to drive the ball, cuff that mug like Iverson used to do underneath his body, and just run up in that mug, and at the last second flick it up to the rim. And because they don't have no mountains, they got Al Horford down there. Robert Williams ain't there. They got some other people out there. Porzingis, I don't know if he's playing in the series. He got a little tweak. So take it into that rim and get them in foul trouble. That's it. Jason Tatum loves reaching his hands in and then gets mad at the referee for calling it like, why you see that? You know you ain't have to see that. Look away, man. Look away. Just read his lips. Just read his lips. I mean, these are all jokes, but read the man's lips. Look away, man. Look away. Get them in foul trouble, Cavaliers. If the Cavaliers get them um, behind the rope and with fouls, then they might have a good chance of winning um, at least a couple of games. I don't think the Celtics are going to take it to a game 7 with the Cavaliers. They're going to dust them off real proper like. So the Knicks and the Pacers. The Pacers got a raw deal the other day. Was that last night? It could have been last night. They got a raw deal by calling a moving screen on Miles Turner. And oh boy, DiVincenzo, always clowning about, oh that was a foul, ref, that was a foul. He's flopping, ref, he's flopping. But he flopped it. He needs an Academy Award. He flung his head back. He flung his arms back. He was like, oh, they shot me. Like he was in a bad movie for real. But the referees took it. Um, Let me talk about challenges. Now, I'm all for the challenges. I was super pro, second win a second challenge if you win the first one last season. It's been great. But I don't think that a coach should call a challenge for um, inbound plays or out of bounds plays, like plays that you don't know who possession it is. Those are terrible challenges to me. Challenge that Indiana should have took was the one where um, old boy put his hand and they called it a kickball, but it wasn't a kickball. And see, just about all their calls were overturned, except for that last one of it being a charge. Um, they couldn't even charge. I don't even think they challenged that. No, they couldn't even challenge it because they ain't had no more. That was not an offensive foul at all, and that would have changed the game too. That call changed the trajectory of the game for real. Um, Also, when they didn't challenge the call of him getting swiping that ball with his hand. That would have gave possession to Indiana. DiVincenzo wouldn't have made that three, and Indiana would have took game one. So players know, like that was my hand, bro. And you can see him saying it like it. I hit it with my hand. The refs could have went and challenged. If they would have been made a little more of a stink of it, they might have went over there and looked at it just to because it's a pivotal game. It's a pivotal game. I don't like the New York Knicks. I never had an issue with them before. They are in our division, the Atlantic Division, but I've never really had a problem with them before. But the more and more footage I watch about the first round they played against Philly really just irks me bad. Like, oh, it irks me bad. Like they stopped Trey Young from and Chris Paul from jumping in front of a defender and jumping into him. Brunson did that the whole dang series. Like, how is he getting away with that? Like, why is he getting away with that? Is the NBA rigged where this quote unquote Cinderella story of the New York Knicks that haven't made it into the second round in 112 years finally get to the second round only to lose to the Pacers? Like, I don't know. I don't think that the refs are calling the game as fair as they should be. I mean, they're putting some really good defense on these players. Let them just go through it. Stop getting so intimidated. Like I kept hearing the commentators, the analysts talk about, oh, the referee has so much patience. They have so much patience. They're not letting them, get under their skin. They're not supposed to. They're referees. They're supposed to make the calls, or they're supposed to let the things go. Like there's a lot of things that are marginal, as these are their words. They say marginal to where they could just let it go. Like why are you calling these stupid little, that wasn't even a moving screen. That's a screen that everybody in the NBA does and doesn't get called for. But since DiVincenzo flopped, they called it. So if DiVincenzo flops and let's say Indiana Pacer flops, do they call it the same? No, they don't. They didn't in the Sixers series, and they're probably not going to do it here. And the Indiana Pacers coach said it best: "We're not going to get any calls here," and that to me shows bias. Actually, It shows bias where the referees are not supposed to be, and that's what's going to ruin this game. That's what's going to ruin the playoffs. That's what's going to ruin the fun in this game. In the Timberwolves game, now they showed a lot of restraint. The Malone came all the way onto the court after a call, got all in the ref's face, all the way opposite dang near of his bench, and his people were trying to pull him back, and the ref didn't tee him up. Should he have been teed up? Yeah. If Nick Nurse would have did that, he would have got teed up. If any other coach, I think, would have done that, they would have got teed up for real, and for real. I'm being for real. But they were frustrated. Then Jamal, matter of fact, let me go see if there's any news about that. Jamal Murray throws some type of like ice pack or something into the game while they were playing, and because he is tired of the refs' calls. I mean, he was frustrated, and they didn't know. Doesn't seem like they gave him any kind of it doesn't seem like they gave him any type of fine for that. I'm still scrolling. Oh wow! It says Miami's Riley unsure on extension for Butler, with age and injuries limiting Butler's availability in recent seasons. Riley expresses reluctance to reward him with a lucrative new deal. Wow. He's salty because of what Butler said about if he was in the game. You and your feelings, Pat Riley. That is funny. That is funny. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Nope. I don't see that they said anything about Jamal Murray. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go to a search. Did Jamal Murray get fined for throwing an ice pack onto the court? Let's see what happened.
Yes, Jamal Murray, the Denver Nuggets star, threw a heat pack onto the court during a game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The incident occurred during Game 2 of the playoffs. However, no disciplinary action was taken at the time because the officials were not aware that the heat pack came from the Denver sideline.
Mm.
Had they known, it could have resulted in a technical foul. The NBA has not yet announced any fines, but it remains a possibility. Frustrations can sometimes lead to unexpected actions on the court.
Wow. Wow. What? 10 minutes ago, USA Today says that Murray might get a Game 3 suspension. Wow. I mean, a player could have got injured. Why would you do that? Like, you mad because they beating the brakes off of you, bro? Why throw a heat pack in there? For what? You wanted to injure somebody? You wanted somebody to get hurt? Like, that's not how you win a game. You win the game by getting out there and doing what you do. You tripping because they mollywhopping you. And they not just punching you, throwing haymakers. They are picking y'all stuff apart. Piece by piece by piece by piece. Nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. It's just beautiful. It's real pretty, y'all. It's real pretty to see. Um, I really wanted to make this podcast to express how I felt about the Minnesota Timberwolves, and to speak a little bit something on my Sixers. Um, but this Timberwolves series is really fun, and if they sweep the Denver Nuggets, wow! Look out, NBA! Look out! You can't build teams from a superstar standpoint. You have to organically allow different pieces to grow together. This team has been playing together for a few years. Rudy Gobert came. They didn't do all that great last year. They did better, but they didn't do all that great. They had a lot of injuries, but now that everybody's healthy, they are thriving. And I think the Philadelphia 76ers could learn something from this. The front office could learn from this organic team being built. Um, with that being said, extend Maxi Supermax, extend Kelly, get rid of Kyle Lowry. Um, I don't know if this lingering injury that DeAnthony Melton has is going to benefit us somehow because it's a weird nagging injury that he has. He plays in the full court game and then we don't see him again. I hope you get healthy, hope you get stronger. Um, but I think we need to get rid of Kyle Lowry. He's not going to help our team. Um, we could extend, a veteran minimum to him, but why? I still don't like his game. I don't like the way that he puts the team in an awkward situation when he gets in foul trouble. He keeps fouling, putting people at the free throw line. I know you're trying to take charges. I know you're trying to put your hands out there, but your bubble booty gets in the way. The juicy booty gets in the way every single time. So let's just relieve him of his duties. If we're gonna keep Tobias Harris, give him a veteran minimum. He just earned 182 million, so now he can get down to some little smaller numbers. He can take care of his family for the rest of their life. He has endorsements. He has advertisements. Let's give him a veteran minimum if we're gonna keep him. Get rid of Mobamba. Get rid of that. I think we need an athletic center, and I have some choices in mind. Um, and we'll talk about that on the next podcast. I'll also be bringing some awards to the forefront of my own. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and thanks for subscribing to this podcast. I'm trying to make it blow up to be the #1 female Sixers podcast on the internet. Take care. Be kind. Peace.